Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Tuesday morning, and today is it's October the 31st. We're to the last day of October, folks. We've only got 2 months left of this year, 2023, and it's hard to believe this year is flying by as fast as it is. But anyway, I hope you had a good Monday. Hope you had a good start, to your week, and hopefully you were able to maybe ease into the week, with, trying to, start by accomplishing what you hope to accomplish this week. And, but anyway, the good thing is even though if you ran out of day, you've got a brand new day before us that God has blessed us with this Tuesday morning. And anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope that you were able to rest well, and now ready to tackle today's opportunities. This morning, I want to share with you a devotional entitled "Patterns of Blessing." As he wrote the words of Psalm chapter 23, David, he was able to look back on his life, and he was able to say in Psalm 23:6, he was able to say, "Surely goodness and unfailing love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever." In the same way, as we look back on our lives as Christians, as believers, we're able to see a pattern of God's blessing, over the years. I know I certainly can. As the results of sin, catch up with those who have had, no time for God, we find that God's goodness and unfailing love followed us all the days of our lives. Of course, when we're going through certain situations, we might not be able to see God's goodness or mercy. We might even question Him on occasion. But you see, as we look backward, we're able to see God's hand in a way that we perhaps, could not see. Maybe we couldn't see it before. We see this illustrated in the tumultuous life of young Joseph, back in the book of Genesis, who he had so many setbacks. Yet so many wonderful things, happened in his life. And in the end, he said to his brothers who betrayed him in Genesis 50 verse 20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good." You see, even if you have wandered from God, He will put goodness and mercy on your trail. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 2 verse 4, it says, "Don't you see how wonderfully kind, tolerant, and patient God is with you? Does this mean nothing to you? Can't you see that His kindness is intended to turn you from your sin?" Now, maybe you haven't walked as closely, maybe with the Lord, as you ought to, and maybe you're not happy doing, what you're doing. Come back to the Shepherd. He's always there. Listen, He loves you, and He will welcome you with His goodness and His mercy. I promise you, He will. And really, it's the greatest life that there is. It truly is. I mean, even if there wasn't a heaven, the Christian life on earth alone is better than anything this world has to offer. But as the Bible tells us, there is a heaven He's promised us. And it isn't an afterthought or, just a fringe benefit. Listen, it's our ultimate destination as believers in Jesus Christ. And that's why we can say with David, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. It's certain. I mean, nothing's going to change that. And it's a way of putting everything else, into perspective. When the disciples, when they were discouraged and when they were, stressed out and afraid for their future. And I know I've used this, here recently, but this brings comfort to me. Remember what Jesus told them in John chapter 14, verses 1 through 3. This is what he said: don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust also in me. There is more than enough room in my Father's house. If this were not so, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? When everything is ready, I will come and get you, so that you will always be with me where I am. Listen, folks, Jesus is coming back. He's coming again. Now, it may be, and it may be in our lifetime. It could even be today. Nobody knows except God. And, ultimately as Christians, we're all going to go to heaven. And this is our great hope as believers. And, that's what as believers, that's what we need to hang on to. But if you don't know that promise, I pray that you come to know the Lord today. But anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Tuesday morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.